Well, this is going to be very interesting. Is anyone going to show? Is anyone going to show? Let's see who the first person is on the return of the channel. Bold Finds officially on Thursday, the 24th of October, 11:51 is back. Now, I know there's going to be some people saying you put out a video, you quit, and now you've come back. And there's going to be people who hate the fact that I'm back. John Shepherd, I'm looking at you, my friend. I know you're going to hate the fact I'm back, but we are back. And I'm going to talk around some of the reasons why I have decided to come back to the channel, because regardless of what people think, when I put out a video claiming that I was quitting this channel, quitting YouTube, I was 100% serious with that. And I'm going to take you down a little bit of a journey. And I didn't want to do a big announcement about this live today. I didn't want to do an Instagram post saying, oh, big announcement coming soon. I just wanted to come live and just talk to you guys and talk about what life has been like and what the future of this channel looks like for me. So let's take you down a little bit of a rabbit hole journey. So the YouTube side has always been enjoyable for me. I've really enjoyed making YouTube. I really enjoyed the creativity side. But I suffer with a lot of anxiety. I suffer with a lot of mental health. And I know that gets chucked around so much now when it comes to that. But I feel it's important that men also talk about it. So my moods can be very up and down, up and down, up and down, hit and miss. So there'll be one moment where I'm feeling like life is great, it couldn't be better. And then one thing can change it and spiral it to 2 or 3 days feeling like down in the dumps, okay? And with YouTube, you have to have a really thick skin, because you're going to get people who love you. You're going to get people who dislike you. You're going to get people who agree with you, people who disagree with you. You're going to get the trolls. You're going to get the supporters, etc., etc. And for me, I always struggled with letting other people's opinions of me, letting other people's views of me affect what I do. So there'll be many times when I've thought about releasing a video, thought about doing a video, thought about trying something new. Sorry, the ring doorbell's going off. And I've stopped myself doing it based on feeling like it's not going to appeal to a certain type of person. Some people won't agree, etc. You get the idea. And I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I've been thinking and doing a bit of soul searching myself. And I came to the conclusion now, I'm 36 years of age. I dyed my hair blonde. So the people haven't seen me on Instagram and on Luke's live, we're blondes now for a little bit. And I kind of said to myself, like, James, you are just holding yourself back for the sake of other people. And I don't want to do it anymore. I want to build not just this channel, I want to build the crime channel. That is still happening. But I also start to think to myself, like, when I'm on my deathbed, and this is really morbid, bit of crime coming in here. When I'm on my deathbed, having my last breath, the people in the comments who aren't supportive of me and what I do and my channel and who I am, blah, 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 they ain't going to give a shit. Oh, 3 minutes in, hopefully YouTube doesn't demonetize it, but they're not going to care. Where the people who will care are the people who are genuinely my friends and genuinely who I actually care about their opinions. So anyway, long story short, that is part of the reason why we're back. Now, a bit more of a journey, and then we'll get on to some less heavy stuff maybe. When I came back from Rome with Leanne, I felt I had fallen out of love with not just YouTube, but fell out of love with reselling as well. And for 2, maybe 2.5 months of coming back from holiday, my business has dropped. My business has dropped dramatically. I don't mind saying. I wasn't listing every day. I wasn't consistent. I didn't care. Didn't care about the sales. If I had a sale, who cares? I got a couple of negative feedbacks. Didn't even fight them. Didn't care. And I fell out of love with everything. And funnily enough, when we went away for Luke's stag do, it was the break I needed to actually recharge myself and to come back feeling positive. And I think it's a mixture of things, okay? I think the whole fact of, like, you know, there's another platform now, Vinted Pro, which we'll talk about, that can compete with eBay. So it's like a shiny new thing that's come onto the scene, has probably helped a little bit as well, because with my moods up and down, etc., etc. But I came back and I felt like, right, I'm ready to smash it. And if you follow me on Instagram, I put a post up the other day. Leanne and I had some really, really terrible news, okay? And I said to Leanne before I came live today, should I talk about it? And she said, it's up to you, babe, and you can talk about it if you want. Now, I wanted to confirm we haven't split up or anything, okay? Because when I put out the post, Leanne said, oh, people are going to think we broke up. We haven't. She's sitting downstairs reading, might be watching this. But I don't feel I'm ready to talk about it personally yet. But I had a phone call from Leanne when we was away with some news. And when I came back, we had some terrible news. So I'm going to leave it at that now. I don't think I'm ready emotionally to talk about it right now. And it's had me thinking that life is too short. Life is too short to worry about everyone else. And I've always been that kind of person who wants to be everyone's best friend. And I've come to the realization, do you know what, James? You're not going to be everyone's best friend, so don't worry about it. So that's all the heavy, deep stuff. Part of the reason I'm back. Other part of the reason I'm back, I enjoy making the content. I enjoy putting out videos. I enjoy doing the car boot sale videos. I want the car boot sale videos now to be back to how they used to be. So I went for a stage of only buying clothing at the car boot. Don't want to do that anymore. I want to buy everything stuff at the car boot. So my plan is for the business is it's going to be clothing throughout the week. And when I go to the car boot, I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to pick up the random car boot items that I enjoy watching. I am obsessed with James Jamie Dodger's car boot videos. I think they're the ones I watch every video because he picks up such a random array of items and you never know what he's going to find. And for me, that is what car boot sale videos are all about. So when I come back to the car boot, they're going to be a bit more exciting, a bit more entertaining. I've had comments before saying I used to love watching car boot videos. When you move to clothing, it's boring. And I can relate. I can understand that 100%. So that's the plan with the car boot sale videos moving forward. But I'm not going to make any promises from the channel. I've done the whole thing of, I'm going to do a 24-hour stream. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a challenge. I'm going to do a live every week. I'm not going to do that to myself because then I set myself up to fail. So how consistent the videos will be, who knows? I'm still working on the crime channel as well. But I've got my love back for reselling, which for me is really important as well, because how can I be sitting here talking about reselling to you guys when I couldn't give a shit about it? And it hit that point for quite a while. So I've got my love back for it. And I'm excited to see what happens, really. You know, when I quit, I lost 200 subscribers, I think it was, which understandably, if someone said to me they're not doing YouTube videos anymore and I've subscribed to them, I would unsubscribe. So fair enough. So hopefully we can get them back. But yeah, that is the journey. And I said, I've done no big announcements. So Luke doesn't even know I'm live and he's probably asleep at the moment. He's going to get a shock when he sees this. Jenny, you're in. Jenny, thanks for always being a good support. And thank you for coming into the podcast. So for the people who don't know, we do a podcast on a Tuesday on Luke's channel, Bold Clobber, every Tuesday, 8 o'clock in the morning. I know it's an early one. Luke, if he had it his way, would have me up at 7 doing it, but I said no. But yeah, come and join us on Tuesdays on his channel. That is still going to be there as well. Pete's in. Pete, good to see you. I hope your mum is doing okay. I've been following your stuff on Instagram and stuff as well. So, yeah, fingers crossed, mate. She's on the mend and you're doing well. I saw Pete the other week at the car boot sale. I saw him filming away and I was like, oh, do you know what? I miss having the camera on sometimes, but hopefully I'm going to film this weekend. Carper, good to see you, my friend. Glad you're here on the return, as it is. If you missed the start, I'd done a bit of a spiel for about 5 minutes on the reasons behind things and the reasons moving forward why I've decided to come back. So, yeah, I think that's it, really. Not the end of the live, but more of the reasons why I'm here. What I want to talk to you guys about is Vinted Pro, which obviously is the big thing at the moment within the reseller community. I've been on Vinted Pro now since day 1 or day 2 of it coming out. I was one of the mugs who put their national insurance number onto Vinted Pro for it to show to everyone. So I was one of them early ones. Luckily, that's been fixed now. But I'm really enjoying Vinted, I must admit. I'm cross-listing now onto Vinted from eBay, something I've never done before. I've never cross-listed because for me, there's never been a platform that comes close to eBay, and now there is. So I've enjoyed doing that. And I've been having some okay sales. You know me, I'll share everything when I can. Money wise on Vinted so far, how many have got active? We've got 100 items active as it is today. And if I look at where's the money side balance, so far we've had £32 into the account and we have £277.24 pending. Now, for the people who do not know with Vinted Pro, you have to wait 2 weeks after the buyer receives the item. There's no way for them to accept the order and release the money. So that's the only thing I would let people know. You know, you could be waiting 3 to 4 weeks from point of sale to receive your money, depending on how quick you ship the item. So bear that in mind when it comes to cash flow. But yeah, I've been cross-listing onto both. I had some good success with it with an item that's been sitting on eBay for about 9 months that sold within 14 minutes on Vinted. So yeah, give it a go, I would say to people. So I'm really enjoying that. I'm also enjoying the fact of eBay has now made it fee-free for business sellers until the end of this year, which is another good move, I think, for eBay for clothing. So apologies for the non-clothing sellers. Again, I was speaking to Jamie Dodger the other day, and he was saying it's really frustrating for him with regards to shoes. So I was saying to him, I would cross-list them onto Vinted as well, knowing you're not going to be paying fees. So yeah, that's been some exciting news. What else has been happening in my world? Went to the eBay Open. That was good. Met loads of people. I see Richard's in. I saw Tap Peddler Derek. Had a good chat with him. Hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you for the welcome. And yeah, eBay Open was good. What else has been? What else has been good? That's it, really. I think because we talk about it most weeks on the podcast with Luke, there's not any real breaking news that you guys do not know that's been happening with me, really. I said when I Luke Stag do, that was really cool, man. Spend some time with him, his friends as well, who were like such a sound group of people, and Simon, of course, who is Mr. Vlogger. Man, that guy never stops vlogging. I rate his hustle when it comes to it. But yeah, it was really nice to go away and just chill with them guys. So that was cool. But what have you guys been up to? First of all, let me know in the chat. What are your thoughts on Vinted at this stage? Because I've seen a lot of people hanging back until they iron out all the problems. And I can completely relate to that because I should have done that when it comes to the NI number. My personality is a case of, oh, it's new, exciting, shiny, let's get on it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of Vinted Pro. Jenny said, are you going to have a regular live slot like you used to on the coffee pod? At this stage, no, Jenny. I said to Leanne about this before I came live today. I said, I don't want to set myself up to fail anymore because I used to always say, I'm going to do this. And then I would get to it and I feel like, oh, I'm really not up for doing it. Oh, I better do it just because I've committed. So I'm not going to make all these promises like I used to on the channel. I think that set myself up to fail too much. So I don't think there'll be a weekly live slot at this stage. Whether live shows ever come back in the future, who knows? John Shepherd's been calling me out, though, because he done a 24-hour live. And he was saying about, oh, someone told me Bold Finds has done it before, but I'm a better reseller than him, is what he was saying. All this rubbish. And then he said he's going to do a 48-hour to beat me. So, hey, I might have to do a 48-hour just to beat John. And John, if you're watching the video, you better get your ass into gear, baby, because I might do the 48-hour and then you're going to be really struggling. Limelight is saying, I've still not tried selling on Vinted. Jenny, what is it holding you back on that? Is it the whole pro mess up? Is it just because you're so used to eBay? I would give it a go. I'd list a couple of items and just see. Some of the stuff sells really quick on Vinted compared to eBay. And shout out to Kaylee as well. Kaylee posted some figures this morning with regards to Vinted, and she's been smashing it. And yeah, credit to her. I asked her this morning if she could lend me a $5 and stuff. But I love seeing anyone win, whether it be Vinted, whether it be eBay, whether it be whatnot, whatever platform you sell on. Tech always has this term that money is green. And for us in the UK, obviously, it's not green, but we get the idea. Money is money at the end of the day. Yeah, I imagine it puts a lot of pressure on you having a fixed slot. It does, but it also builds consistency of a channel. You know, who can I can name a few people. So even like the one with Luke, we have that consistent thing every week. So every week now, people know when to turn up. We've changed the time a couple of slots, but now we're quite fixed on this. As I say, if it's down to Luke, he would want to go early. He would want to go at 7 o'clock. But you've got Car Boot Chris, who's consistent. Nick Hill's the GOAT, who's consistent with the time. Vinegar Jar Pete, he does his Monday morning thing. Tommy Trace does a lot of lives. Simon, I try and encourage him to do more lives, but all these people kind of find that consistency, and that's what helps build any channel. Even the likes of Ricky Lee, who puts out a video near enough every single day. The more you're putting out, the more consistent you are. If you're putting out good content, you're going to grow. But right now, I don't want to put the pressure on myself. Hey, James, just woke up to go to the loo. Pleasant surprise. All the best. Well, thank you. Enjoy your loo break, shall we say. Yeah, I've done a bit of a rant, and not a rant. I've done a bit of a backstory as to why I'm back and what things have been going on and stuff at the start. So if you are interested in the backstory, yeah, rewatch the replay, just the first couple of minutes, you hear me rant for a little bit. Chris is in. Chris has been really motivational for me. That guy gets it. And I feel like I'm a lazy reseller at times. I feel like I'm a stay-at-home reseller. And Chris put up a post yesterday, and I spoke to Luke, and I was like, "Where's Chris been this morning?" And he was like, "Car boot." And I was thinking, like, God, I just assumed that the weekday car boots are definitely not on, but people are finding them. And I saw Luke was at the car boot this morning while I was still in bed. So it says a lot about the personalities. But yeah, Chris is cool. I had a good chat with Chris actually at the eBay Open. First time I met him in person. He had been on the podcast before. But yeah, top guy. I want Chris to come back to YouTube. I'm in the process of cross-listing now, but the apps are so glitchy. Yeah, so let's talk about the apps. So Stellar Ada is the one I've been using, and that's been good for the one-by-one listing. But for bulk, it's not good. And I've been emailing them a number of times, and finally they've kind of said like, "Oh, we're doing this fix, we're doing this fix." I think Sip Sale, from what I've heard, and this is, I think Kaylee said about this, Sip Sale was a lot easier to cross list in big bulk compared to Seller Ada. Seller Ada is good for the one-by-one. But personally, for me, I don't want to cross list my whole store onto Vinted in one go. Although it's a pro account, it should be fine. I'm shit scared of cross listing like 500 items in one go onto Vinted because Michelle resells. I think even today on her Instagram, she said she'd done about 25 and she got blocked. It scares the life out of me. So I'm kind of doing 5 a day at the moment. And then this afternoon, I might even just do a set of 10, you know, mix it up a little bit now and again. But yeah, Seller Ada or Zip Sale, I think, are the main two in the UK. I think of Vinted more as a clothing site, and I don't sell clothes. Yeah, interesting. They have got the other categories, and in my store, I listed, hasn't sold yet, by the way, so I'm not saying I listed this and it's sold. I listed my little tape cassette player I got the other day from the charity shop. I put shoes on there. I put a toy. This toy here I got from the charity shop for £1 yesterday. That's gone on Vinted. So yeah, they have got a lot more categories now. I think when Vinted first come onto the scene in the UK, it was very much clothing heavy. But I would have a look into it, Jenny, because there is a lot more categories now you can list on there. Carper's asking, do you get less money on Vinted? I used to always assume people did. But I've had examples where I've got more money than what it's gone for on eBay, or what it would have gone for on eBay. So sometimes on Vinted, I'll put something on Vinted and I might add £5 onto the price just to see, and it would sell. But now I list at the same price as eBay. And yeah, some of the things on Vinted just fly out. Literally, the moment you list it, 10 minutes later, you're selling the item for some things. Now, not a lot for me, you know, I'm not saying I've done that loads of times, but I think it's just another way to do things. Am I going to move my whole eBay store over to Vinted and leave eBay? Absolutely not. But I think it's just another opportunity for a different kind of audience. And as I said, I had this leather jacket on eBay for 9 months and it sold on Vinted in 14 minutes of putting it on there. So, yeah, I think it all depends. Lee, we've had many chats, me and Lee. One of the good guys, really is one of the good guys, heart of gold, that bloke. And I've been trying to encourage him to do some reselling content on YouTube because his category is so interesting. Good seeing my man. No worries, mate. Always like to meet people in person. You really get to actually know the person, like not just through a screen and stuff. It's crazy just what a difference a meetup is. So yeah, and honestly, Chris, I wasn't going to come to that meetup. I decided the day before to come. So I was going to come, and then I felt like, no, I don't want to go, don't want to be there, blah, blah, blah. And I decided the day before, like, just to come. Benji was on at me every single day, just being like, you coming. So, yeah, I'm glad I did because I met some great people. Not signed up for Pro. Feels like it was rushed out. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel that the whole eBay changes and Vinted changes were rushed, but yeah, Not Sign Up Pro feels it was rushed out. We'll wait. Possibly New Year. Too busy with house move at the moment to add a platform at the moment. Have sold a few things on Vinted a few months ago. Yeah, I think when you can commit to it a bit more, it's worth doing. I mean, I always said that when Pro come out, I would definitely be doing it. I know some people were listing on there before. I was too scared. I was chicken because I was scared of losing my sniping account. But then people are absolutely smashing it and they're ahead of the game now. So I've got to rate it. Vinted's weird though. One thing I will say about Vinted, okay, let me give you an example. So in the last hour, these people have favorited these items here, yeah. But I can't now click on the item to send an offer from the homepage. You've got to actually click on there. Let me give you an example. So click on there, and then you can send an offer from there, which is weird. It's not as easy as eBay to manage when it comes to offers. It's not as good as eBay when it comes to customer service. But like I said, like Tech says, money's money. So if I can sell it on there, I'll sell it on there. Disc traders, I'm selling purely gaming on Vinted to slowly cross-listen over up to 273 so far and getting daily sales. Nice, man. Yeah, I think that the gaming category is big on there. I must admit, I've seen a lot of gaming stuff. I've actually got a PlayStation 4 Pro to sell, which is my own personal one. I've got a PlayStation 5 now. So I need to actually list that up on a website. I was going to do Facebook Marketplace because although I'm a reseller, I know that things happen, scams happen. I just feel like with Facebook Marketplace, I can just list it. Someone comes to the house, get the cash, see you later, we're done. But yeah, let me know where you put that, disc traders. A PS4 Pro, one controller. I've used it probably about 10 times. I've reset it back to factory. No games, disc version. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, where would you put it? Would you put it on eBay, Vinted, and Facebook, or what's your preference when it comes to consoles? Vinted is great for people buying bundles of games. As combined postage is so simple on Vinted. Yeah, I agree. I think bundles are great. I've bought some clothing bundles of Vinted before, and it's mad the stuff you can get with the postage save. Gary, good to see you, my man. Hope you're well. Same, Shell sorted me out a ticket. Yeah, Shell is, I'll tell you now, Benji and Michelle and Simon, man, they are the party people, Chris, man. On any event, they are all over it. And they're badgering me to come to every event. Benji's like, you know, I think Newcastle, is Newcastle this weekend? I think it is. It's too far for me. But Benji was like, anyone going to Newcastle and stuff like that? It's mad. These people love the meetups. And I rate it because I wish I could be more social when it comes to that. But I'm very much like a home person. I like my home comforts. Currently out with my parents. Simon, I hope you're getting in some charity shops in there. We are going to, talking of not committing to things, and this is not going to be a YouTube thing at this stage, but we were speaking on Instagram, and this is another reason as well why I've come back, by the way. On Tuesday, I went live on Instagram to show my charity shop haul. Myself and Leanne went to charity shops, had a really good day out. It's actually really good to spend some quality time with her. And that sounds stupid when you're going charity shopping, but I felt more comfortable going charity shopping with someone. Anyway, come back, set up Instagram. Thought I'd do a little Instagram live, talk for 10 minutes, show what I've got, little chat, off I go, carry my day. Luke ended up joining, Simon ended up joining, and we were on there for, I think, nearly 2 hours talking absolute crap. In the end, Simon was saying, this is how I look like on Call of Duty. And he was like spinning around his gut. It was nuts. But I came off there feeling like, yeah, this is how I want like my YouTube to be. I don't want it to be all serious all the time. I want to be able to have people on, have a laugh, have a chat, come on, have a laugh with you guys, have a chat, not have it all be serious, but also talk about some of the stuff that's going on. So that's the plan moving forward. But yeah, Simon, make sure you get to the charity shops. Where I was going with that, another story. We are thinking about doing a once a week thing where we go to the charity shops, jump on Instagram live, show you guys what we've got and vote for who had the win of the day kind of thing. So whether that moves on to YouTube, who knows? No commitment on that, but we will see. eBay, Facebook for sure. Is that for the PlayStation, Chris? Yeah. I'm thinking eBay and Facebook. Oh, I don't know. Vinted's a weird one, man, right now, because I think the customer service is so a bit meh. And also with eBay, Lisa's top rated seller. If someone does a switcheroo, if someone breaks it or whatever, I can withhold 50%. So it's a bit of a kick in the balls, but it's not the end of the world. eBay bids, as long as you do all necessary things like serial numbers. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, serial numbers are really important on that. I mean, as I said, it's hardly been touched. It feels like it's such a waste of money. I don't lie. I think I spent 300, 400 pounds on it or something, and I think I used it like 10 times. Stupid, really. Husty, good to see you. 2nd November, that's the Newcastle meetup. So it's not this weekend, it's next weekend. Okay. Yeah, because I know it's not Halloween this weekend, but my Halloween stuff has slowed up the last 24 hours with sales. And I know why, because Saturday's Halloween party for a lot of people. So people are probably expecting they're not going to get it. So, yeah, interesting. No, I do. Do you know what? I said to Michelle, I need to actually make myself more sociable for meetups. I'm the weirdest person. Shout out to Ulmer as well. And I'm giving loads of people shout outs. It's weird. There's no plan to this live either, by the way. I tell you what happened today that made me finally click. I walked to the parcel drop off, dropped my parcels, and on the way back, I said, I'm going live on YouTube. Like, I'm not going to do an announcement. I'm just going to go live and just come on. But shout out to Ulmer, and where I was saying with that, if I can find it the other day. Now, I am undiagnosed ADHD. And look, I know lots of people talk about ADHD. If you're a reseller, lots of people have ADHD. Oh, I can't find it now. It's a shame. But she shared something the other day, and I spoke to Leanne about it. And I said, Leanne, let me ask you these questions. And it's all about how my mood's very much like up and down, up and down, up and down, how I change my mind, how I like shiny things and something like that. And it's definitely me. But also, I'm very extroverted on here, and when you get to know me, I'm very extroverted. I'll speak to anyone, I'll chat. But when you first meet me, I'm so quiet. I'll be the quietest person in a group of people until you get to know me, and then I kind of work out like, oh, okay, I feel comfortable around these people. Let me be myself. So I'm a weird person like that. Melissa, good to see you. Hope you're well. Just sold a boxed Switch for 160 today. That's another thing I've got. Yeah, I've got a Nintendo Switch OLED. I brought that specifically for when we were going to go away on holiday, and I thought, oh, I want to use it on the plane and stuff. And I think I've used that 5-6 times. It's such a waste. I need to start using it more, or just accept that. Do you know what? I can't play games as much as I used to. I haven't got the time, but yeah, the Switches are nice, man. I was with Early Bird reseller Johnny. Go and check his channel out, by the way. Really good guy. Everyone calls him Flipping Sloths, mate. But I was at a car boot with him, and he picked up a Switch the other month. Really cool find. Oh, you sold on Vinted, yeah. Vinted, it does fly, must admit. Ian, good to see you, my man. I've been watching your lives. Please continue the lives, Ian. Your lives are really good. And I know you just come on and you just chat to the community and stuff. But yeah, I've been catching up with your lives. When I haven't been able to watch them live, watching the replay. But yeah, please keep doing that. And I agree what Simon said Sunday on his live about you, like your recent videos. And look, this is not saying your videos before weren't any good, because they were. And also your category, like Lee, who was in earlier, Cheltenham, Lee, such an interesting category, toys and figures and games and stuff like that, and stuff that I wish I knew more of. It's more interested in clothing, I don't mind saying. So I enjoy your videos, but recently I would say in the last couple of months, your videos have took a whole new level, just talking about changes you're making, getting more organized and stuff. And yeah, I rate anyone who does this as a side hustle as well a lot, because it's a tough job. But yeah, good to see you, man. Hopefully meet you soon as well. I don't know when the next eBay event or meetup thing, or whether the summit's happening or anything such as that. But yeah, hopefully I'll get to meet you in person. It'd be good. I know you're in Wales. Lucy, good to see you. Yeah, knew it wouldn't be long. I've done a bit of a story at the start, Lucy, as to why. But yeah, let's not beat around the bush. Yeah, let's not hide away. There's going to be people who are going to say, I knew you were back. I might even get a reaction video from JS. I'm going to leave it there. But that's okay. I'm okay with that now. And so be it. But it's time now, Lucy, to start doing what I want to do and do stuff for me. So good to see you. And I know you're close to a milestone. Am I right in thinking, Lucy? I think on your YouTube channel. So let's give you a shout out now. Let me see how far you're away. I was watching Stick to Football on the way back. Right, Lucy, you are 146 subscribers away from the magic 1,000. So please go and show Lucy some love. One thing I will say about Lucy, she is one of the most consistent resellers on YouTube I know. Super consistent, has a huge backlog of videos, always in the side chat, always playing parts of the community, always tries to be first in Warders Clobber. Slackened recently, Lucy. You lost your first crown a couple of times, but yeah, please go and show us some love and let's get her to the magic 1,000. Because for a lot of people, you put it out as content. Like we all know, the people in here doing YouTube. YouTube is not a get rich quick scheme. You don't make £1 million on YouTube from releasing a video. It's all about that consistency, all about that hard work. So at least you can start earning something. But Ian's in here, other people in here do YouTube as well. Rich is in here. I'm just going to go to him in a second. We all know that it's not one of them things where you put a video out and you earn yourself £500. It's rare that happens for a lot of people. I used to be very antisocial. Then Harry made me go to one meet. Now I go to them all. Yeah, sometimes it's that, Chris. It's sometimes just going and putting yourself out there. And every time I've been to a meetup, I've come away saying, I'm glad I went. I've never once gone to a meetup and said, I'm never going again. So I think sometimes it is that. And I think for me, it's the anxiety of not knowing and feeling like things are not going to be great and you're going to come away feeling disappointed and stuff, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, once you've been to one or two, you're right. You just enjoy them and you get to know people, you get to meet people, you get to speak to people you never speak to as well. So 1-to-4 ratio, sales Vinted against eBay at the moment. Is that for eBay 1 to Vinted, Gary? It's very interesting. I know Crystal in the group is actually keeping track on the spreadsheet at the moment from eBay into Vinted. And I think in her first month, it was very much neck and neck. But I spoke to her this morning. She's got some more results to give us in a couple of weeks' time. So I'm interested to see the difference on that. Here he is. Rich nearly killed me at the car boot sale. He probably thought that was the reason I stopped doing the videos because I saw Rich selling at the car boot sale. He gave me a nice coffee and it was boiling hot and it burnt my throat and I couldn't even speak for about 5 minutes. So yeah, he tried to kill me off, but he didn't do it. So I'm back. Good to see you, man. Hopefully I'll see you soon. I know apps at the moment is very much hit and miss with the weather. I'm hoping this weekend, touch wood, boot sales going to be on, but yeah, let me know what your plans are. If you're going to apps this weekend, let me know. It'd be good to meet up and see Jade as well. And see the gang. So yeah, good to see you in. Hope you're well anyway as well. I'm not sure, honestly, Rich. I haven't really been watching many reselling videos, I must admit, in the last few months anyway. So I'm not sure whether you still do your weekly live or if you've taken a break from it all. But yeah, regardless, I hope you're well. And yeah, come back soon if you have taken a break. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, making a few changes in how I'm doing things would be great to meet up. I need to go to more meetups. So, yeah, it's very hard, Ian, isn't it? At the end of the day, like a lot of people have families, a lot of people have other commitments outside of reselling. So it is that tough thing. We're doing a Christmas party meetup in the Daily Refinement group. Daily Refinement, we'll go about that's old. That's old school. Tech and Sports group, and we have. In the group chat, let me tell you how many people are in here. God, there's so many messages. 18 people. So I think there's 18, maybe 19 people. And we're all staying at a house, I believe, or most people are staying at this big house. Looks really cool. I asked Benji to do me a favor tonight, and I've got a voice note reply from him, but I don't know whether to play it on the live in case he's swearing. Should we play it? Let's see what Benji said.
Absolutely no problem, sweetheart. I'll help you out and chat shit all you like.
There we are. So Benji's going to help me out tonight on something. So that's good. No worries, Lucy. You do. It's so true. I always see you in people's lives. I always see you commenting on people's videos, offering support. And yeah, I can say you're a good person, Lucy, because I've met you a couple of times now at the car boot. I'm always shocked when I see you at the car boots because I'm like, do you live around here? But then you travel a little bit further out if needed. So yeah. And I'm always impressed as well because every time I see you, Lucy, especially at Shepperton, I say to you, oh, my bags are empty. I've not found anything. And you've got a trolley full of toys just overflowing. So yeah, you definitely get it. Yeah, it was good to see Rich in. Rich was one of the first people I really spoke to. I think, Rich, you was the first live I ever went on when I first started the channel, I believe. I'm sure it was your live when you and James done the live. So, yeah, forever grateful of that. 35 minutes of talking and answering questions. So, yeah, Vinted Pro's been quite cool. What's your guys' plans as well? Other question today. What's your guys' plans on this whole eBay international thing they're bringing in? I think it's going to be a nightmare. It's like the GDPSRC, whatever it is. You know the thing I'm talking about. Do you plan to turn off international sales? Do you plan to fill in all irrelevant information, or are you doing what I'm doing and not caring about it yet until it gets to the middle part of December? We have to make a decision. For me, I believe eBay will find a way to make life easier for us, whether that be eBay hires like a representative to deal with it or whatever it may be. eBay always seems to find a way. And it reminds me of that whole Germany thing where a lot of people switched off sending to Germany because of the extra forms we need to fill in. I never turned it off and I still made sales to Germany with no issues. So, yeah, I know a lot of people are turning it off. A lot of people are saying they're going to be switching it off. A lot of people are holding. A lot of people are just going to say, suck it up, buttercup, and fill in the information each sale. What are you guys doing? Jay, good to see you. Hope you're well. Be good to meet up again, mate. Been doing a full-time driving job as I'm not motivated enough to do eBay. Rich, I spoke about this at the very, 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 very start as to why I've come back to this channel as well. After Rome, I fell out of love with reselling. I fell out of love with reselling, fell out of love with the channel, with the content, with just a whole reselling aspect. I just had enough of it, Rich, to be honest. And did I go and get another job? No. Did I struggle through for 2 months and struggle to pay the bills? Yes. Did I dip into my savings? Yes. But I went from listing like 12 to 15 a day every day consistently, get up at 5 o'clock doing it, smashing it, blah, 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 to some days just not doing anything. And I got some negative feedback. So I got an item late defect, stuff that I've never done before, just because I fell out of love with it. And going away for Luke Stag Do. And as I said at the start, having some crap news last week made me realize that life is too short to not try and be the best version of yourself. And my best version of me is not going to be anywhere near the best version of someone else. And I'm okay with that these days. I don't necessarily feel like I need to be a multi-billionaire to do wellness. I don't feel like I need to be a 100K subbed YouTuber to be winning at life. If I feel I'm doing enough for me and I'm happy enough and life is good and I'm healthy, that for me is the most important thing. So yeah, I would encourage you, mate, if you can, try and find the spark back, because your channel was really good and you picked up some good stuff. So yeah, but I get it. Like when you need to pay the bills, you need to go and find a way to do it. I'm off work this week decorating the house as my wife had been nagging me for the last 2 years. Yeah, Leanne wants to paint the bedroom, wants to paint this upstairs, I think. Probably wants to decorate the whole house. And I keep saying to her, well, do it then. But I think she's waiting for me to actually help. And, oh, mate, decorating for me is the worst. This job, reselling is easy when I think about people who decorate houses. Hussy say completely completed it, mate. Turn them off already. Oh, okay. So you've gone with the straight. I'm just switching off because it is hassle free. I think personally for me, if eBay do not fix it, I probably will end up turning it off myself. I do not want to be having to type in information for everything. And some of the information, like, you're not going to be able to find. So, yeah. And can you imagine like ringing up Levi's and saying, oh, I need the person in charge of X, Y, and Z. They're going to be like, no. Or why do you need that? So who knows? Let's wait and see what eBay do. You might switch it back on. Jay saying, ignore till 12th December. People switching off now, potentially losing 5 weeks, 6 weeks sales. Yeah, I see it on that point as well. You know, while it's still okay to do it. Yeah, John, they are, sadly. Surely clothes aren't affected by GPSR safety regulation. Yeah, they are. I was shocked as well. Because when I first saw it come out, I was thinking it was going to be obviously like electricals. I completely get things like plugs, batteries, completely understand that. But when it comes to an item of clothing, like how, but yeah, it does apply. And that's the nightmare thing. Hold off till the 12th of December. Yeah. That's what I'm doing, Pete. I'm very much a case of I will wait to see what eBay does. And if eBay doesn't do anything, then I need to make my own decision. Hasn't made any difference at all so far. Didn't really sell much EU anymore anyway. Yeah, GSP for me, I'll probably get, I don't know, 5 sales a week, maybe GSP. Not that I check it enough. But let's have a quick look, actually. Can I do a quick order lookup and just see in the last couple of days? All orders. Let's check the last. Let's just do last week. Have a quick scroll. GSP. Oh, it's going to be hard for me to do it from the order screen because it doesn't show the full address on there. Yeah, as a guess, I'd probably get 5 a week, 10 a week, maybe. You never know, do you? I could have 5 sales today, could all be GSP. I'll fill in information if required and have a plan to do it, but don't want to start doing it if I need to. So just waiting for now. Yeah, that's another thing. I know a lot of people as well have started to fill in information now, and I'm like, there's no chance we'll go through every listing, putting it in for eBay to announce next week that they're going to have someone employed who are going to do it, so you don't have to do it now. For me, it's just a waste of time. That's why I'm not acting until I definitely need to. It's anything May after the 13th, 2024 that needs the information, isn't it? So no worries on the whole. Anyway, manufacturers never put the mouth. Anyway, was made. That's the only odd thing. Yeah, and it's not just eBay as well. Remember, guys, it's not just eBay. It's not an eBay regulation. As you know, I've struggled since losing my brother with depression, kicking my ass, and got myself in trouble with money by not earning. I'll get myself back. Yeah, mate. And like at the end of the day, I always say to people, people have families to support. You need to support yourself. So you need to do what works for you. You need to do something that's going to pay your bills. The last thing you want to do is to struggle and get yourself in more financial debt because it can just cause you more misery and stuff, man. But I know, mate. I know you struggle a lot. Different circumstances, but I have some similar struggles to you where sometimes motivation is really hard and sometimes you feel low. So yeah. If you ever need to chat, you know where I am. If you want to meet up for a coffee, you know where I live. You've dropped some stuff off me before. So, yeah, always here for you, my man. And, yeah, hope to see you bounce back. Even if you just come on a live on a Saturday and just talk bollocks, I'll be happy to see you. I live in Northern Ireland. Oh, John, I feel for you, man. Northern Ireland resellers get such a tough gig when it comes to anyone outside Northern Ireland, in my opinion. In the UK, I'm talking about. I live in Northern Ireland. If I turn it off, it means I can't sell to my next door neighbour. See what I mean? But I can still sell to GB mainland. Crazy situation. You guys get absolutely punished as well with postage. It's mad. Because when we send to you, we have to pay a bit more through like Every and other stuff. I think Royal Mail's the same. I think Yodel might be the same. But Every has like a surcharge. And I think you guys get stung with that as well. I will have 600 of bills paid off July time next year. So the driving job won't be needed, really. Love it, mate. Ignore it till I'm told to do otherwise. Not overly concerned with it, to be honest. Yeah, Rich, I'm with you, mate. It's a case of just wait and see what happens. I was thinking of doing a live in the next week or so. Do it, man. If I can come back onto YouTube randomly, and I say randomly, I spoke to a few people about this maybe a month ago, and I said I might just record a car boot sale and put it out. But as I say at the start, a lot's happened in the last week that's made me realize that life is far too short. And yeah, if circumstances were slightly different, I'll speak about it one day, maybe in a couple of weeks' time when I feel like I can actually talk about it without getting emotional. I'll really talk about it. But stuff's happened. It's made me realize that, you know what? Worry about you. Worry about your life. Worry about what you're doing. Stop worrying about what other people think, what other people are doing. and just do you, and your people will follow you and support you. And the people who want to troll you, the people who don't want to support you and follow you, guess what? They're still going to troll you. So who cares? So, yeah, please do a live, Rich. It'll be good to see you back. Kaylee, I was bigging you up earlier. I was bigging you up on how you inspire me with every single Instagram post. And I told everyone here, I asked you if I can borrow a $5. And you didn't actually respond to that part. So I'm hoping you're going to ask me for my PayPal details. But jokes aside, someone who absolutely gets it. And I said to Kaylee, I love seeing her and other people win. And I know that I'm not winning because of me. It's not because of anyone else. You know, Kaylee doesn't have, and she might get pissed off. I've said this, but I'm going to say, Kaylee doesn't have a magical superpower where she goes into the charity shop and things are given to her by hand. Oh, no, actually, she might have made connections, but in a normal charity shop, Kaylee doesn't walk in, and I'm not going to call out Kaylee's brands, but they don't hand her them brands. You know, she has to go through the rail. She has to spend time. She has to put the time in to do it. Tech calls it boots on the ground. And no way do I do it as much as Kaylee. I went out to the charity shops, apart from the local one down the road. Tuesday, we went from 9:30 and got home at 2:30. And I was absolutely done. I was like, how do people do this on the daily basis? And I went to the first couple of charity shops and I put into a group chat. I was like, my charity shops are shit. As Simon's chuckling a picture of a purple label. And then in that charity shop, when I typed that, I found some really good bits in there. And then the next charity shop, really good bits. The next charity shop, really good bits. Then I learned a couple of new brands. Then I picked up a Hermes shirt that I've listed for $150 on the eBay store. Paid £8 for it. So sometimes it's a case of when people say it's a numbers game, and the more places you put yourself, the more opportunities it's going to create. On paper, we all know that. But the reality is that is the facts. And when I see the likes of Kaylee posting numbers who are absolutely smashing it, I'm like, but she works harder than you. Not just harder, she works smarter. And I guarantee Kaylee works less hours than me overall because I waste so much time doing things that aren't going to take me forward. So, yeah, I said to Kaylee this morning, keep sharing. I love anyone who keeps sharing numbers, good or bad, because reselling, look, it's your own journey, but it's not always good. Rach, I hope you are going to be at Moss End Car Boot Sale on Saturday selling. And I hope your prices are going to be super cheap for me because I need some stock. And as I said at the start, when I come to car boots now, I'm not just going to stick to clothing anymore. I'm going to go back to picking up some random stuff. And yeah, shout out to Rach. Rach has her channel. Let me find out the channel name. Rach, I don't know if it's going to let you, but if you can, put the link in the side chat. But you, Rachel, keep popping up in my algorithm. So you're really doing things at the moment. But yeah, go follow Rach as well. She's another one. Flipping Sloth's mate is what they call Johnny. So I'm going to call you also Flipping Sloth's mate. But yeah, really good channel and actually shows a lot of the selling side of the car boot as well, which is really cool. Yes, as long as I'll be there. Look forward to seeing you. I joined the live late. Have you spoke about cross-listing yet? Yes, Jay, I did a little bit. I use Seller Ada at the moment. Would I recommend it? Absolutely not. Terrible. If you are doing bulk listing, okay? So I use it for one by one. If I select more than 3 items, it doesn't bring across the pictures. Really frustrating. They've told me they are fixing it. Whether they do, who knows? A lot of people also use Zip Sale. I've not had much experience using that. But I think if you want to bulk your whole eBay store over to Vinted, Zip Sale is a better way to do it. But from what I've heard from other people and what I'm doing, I'm trying to drip feed it in. So although it's pro, I'm trying to do 5, 10, maybe 15 a day using Seller Ada, doing it one by one. Bit tedious, bit annoying, but it does the job. But for me, I've seen people send their whole eBay across to Vinted and get blocked. Michelle, Shell Resells had that. She's got it unblocked now, but just go steady with it, I would say. Other people, Jay, would say to you, don't listen to him. Just list everything across and you need to do what works for you. There we go. It's just my name, Rachel. Fantastic. Well, I'm going to put your link in there for people in case they do not know your channel. Rachel, fantastic. Oh, here we go. You keep appearing, I said on my algorithm. Keep seeing your videos pop up, which is a good thing. There we are. That's Rachel's channel there. So go and show Rachel some love. And as I said, a lot of her videos are from the selling aspect of the car boot. And she kicks off sometimes, not as much as other people, but the video, where is it here? Put it back video, 5.8 thousand views. And I'll tell you now, it's not clickbait either, which is good. So go and check that one out. Yeah, I was struggling to even work how to do this. It's been so long. Z, good to see you. Well done for returning, mate. Yeah, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I spoke about at the start the reasons behind why I've decided to come back. And there's going to be no commitments on this channel like it used to be. There's going to be no promises of crazy challenges, 24-hour lives, 4-hour lives, 72-hour lives, and all this stuff, you know, listing while eating challenge. None of that right now for me. But it's more of a case of, do you know what? I just want to showcase a little bit about what I do. I want to bring back the car boot sale videos, but make them fun again. Because I was bored editing my car boot sale videos. That was another thing as well. Because I was like, it's just me going for rails and rails of clothing. And yeah, I got some good stuff and it's good for me, but is anyone going to watch this? And personally for me, the ones I love watching are the people who pick up a mix of items. Now, on that flip side, anything I pick up, I've got to sell. So I'm not just going to start picking up stupid items that I'm not even going to list on eBay and sell, because that's a waste of time, a waste of money. It's not worth me doing it. But when I go to car boots now, it's not just going to be clothing stuff you're going to see some other stuff as well. Hanley, you missed it all. You missed it all. YouTube reached out and they said, Bold Finds, we miss you so much. So we're going to pay you 6.5 million to come back onto YouTube. So I took the bag, Huntley. So that's it. This is the last ever video you're going to see from me now, because I've took the YouTube bag and I'm going again. But no, joke aside, Huntley, I spoke about it a little bit at the start. This last week or so has been a shit week, and it's been a real eye-opener to me. So yeah, you got to watch the replay at the start. Good to see the GOAT of YouTube back in town. Where, John? Hey, me. I'm definitely not the GOAT of YouTube. I never have been the GOAT of YouTube. I never will be the GOAT of YouTube. I never want to be the GOAT of YouTube. I do, however, want to be a true crime investigator. So that channel is still going, by the way. It got monetized, done really well with some of the stuff. It's tough, though, man. Like any channel, it's really tough. I live streamed day 2 of a court case the other day. Really interesting case in America. And yeah, it's tough. It's a building game. Like with anything, it's not a win overnight kind of thing. I need to build a true crime community, which I'm trying to do on Instagram a bit more as well. But yeah, no commitments for the channel. I'm going to wear the GoPro at the weekend, have some fun with it again. And yeah, it might just turn into a couple of car boot sale videos a week or a couple of months, whatever it may be for now. And who knows in the future, you know, it might all go back. And as I said, I might do a 48-hour live stream upside down listing with my toes. Who knows? If you want that kind of stream, that should be behind a paywall, by the way, for like feet stuff. So maybe I'll save it for my other sites. But yeah, that's it. I'm glad I've done it. I could have procrastinated, and the old me would have procrastinated about doing this, and I would have planned it and I would have talked myself out of it. But today was the day I just decided is just do it and just do what works for you and don't worry about it. So yeah, thanks, John. That's really kind of you. Mate, in this arena, you're up there. I'm not, but I appreciate it, and I appreciate the support. And also, by the way, I appreciate the people who have reached out to me when I haven't been on here, just to check in, just see if I'm all right. It doesn't like go amiss. Sometimes I'm slow at replying. Sometimes I might be short at replying. Nothing personal, but yeah, it's good to see some familiar faces. Good to see some new faces as well. And that's it, I guess. I'm not going to say I'll see you next week at this time. Follow Waters Clobber for the podcast on Tuesday at 8 a.m. We'll be talking. Luke will probably bring this moment up. He's probably asleep right now because he's at the car boot. And if I go to the car boot this weekend, if I film at the car boot this weekend, the content's worth putting out this weekend, I'll put it out. If not, I guess I'll say I'll see you when I see you, or I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Take care.